All right, welcome to another video. Today I'm just doing a quick little lesson that I learned a very hard way. I almost got fired for my faith, and it was my fault. Okay, so let me explain. And I'm doing this just so that you learn something from my mistake, and we don't keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. Okay, so we had a mandatory meeting on Saturday, and I was teeter-tottering on whether I should go or not. They let us know on Wednesday, and I was kind of teetering back and forth between go or don't go. Um, and I prayed about it, and I asked my wife about it, and I felt like I wasn't getting any answers. Well, the thing about it was, I should have just told them no from the beginning. As soon as I got the message, I should have just said no. I'm not coming. But I teetered on it. I kept trying to tell myself, well, it's just a meeting. It's not really work. You can go to it. Then on the other hand, was like, well, don't ruffle any feathers. Don't buck against the system. Just go along with it. And on the other hand, I was thinking, no, work is work. It's not right that I should go to work at all on a Saturday. It's the Shabbat. We're gonna keep it holy. We're gonna do what we're supposed to do. Well, I teetered on it Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday afternoon, my dispatcher called me up and said, "Hey, do you want to work after the meeting?" And when he said that, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I really felt like the enemy was poking at me, basically telling me, you're gonna do whatever I say because you don't want to lose your job, you don't want to make people mad, you don't want to ruffle any feathers, you want to be a people pleaser. Okay, so I took that seriously, and I told him, no, I'm not coming. And he was like, what do you mean not coming? It's a mandatory meeting. You have to come. And I said, no, I don't have to come. It's Saturday. It's the Shabbat. I'm not going to come. And I didn't go to the meeting. Well, Monday, I get called into the office. And this is like the owner, the big person, sitting down, and she's telling me, hey, I don't like how you did this. Why didn't you just say no from the beginning? Then we could have hashed this out then. But why did you do it like this? And I explained to her that I was teetering on it, and I was actually going to come until I got that message. And then I felt like it was my duty not to come because of the message. And that made her even more mad. So I could just tell I'm about to get fired. I just knew it. I was like, I'm finna get fired. She's just gonna tell me to, have a good day. Bye. But she didn't. So I kind of got put on punishment. And so it's okay. I didn't get fired. But it was my fault. Sometimes when we try to hold up our faith, there's part of us that think, I need this job. I need to be able to feed my family. I need to be able to take care of things, and the enemy will use things like this to try and trip you up because he knows you need this. He knows there's no other way. There's not too many jobs that make this kind of money. Not that I make a lot, but my job is pretty easy, and I get paid decently, okay? So it's one of those things that I want you guys to understand. Hold up for your faith and just be bold enough right at the beginning just to say no. I know to say no. I know what the right answer is. But like anybody else, we fight with knowing what could happen if you tell people no, if you tell your boss no. We know what can happen, and I work in a right to work state, so you can get fired for anything or nothing at all, really. So it really doesn't even matter. But the thing about it is, you want to please your boss. You want to please the people at work so that they look on you favorably. Okay? But at the same time, we have to uphold Yah's laws. We don't have a choice in that. His laws, his voice comes first. Now, Yah had already taken care of this because he gave me a dream about it, okay? And in the dream, I was painting this car. And I used to paint cars, so it's something I love to do. And, I used to do it professionally for a while. But I was painting this car, and there was a blemish on it. And I was trying to remove the blemish, but as I'm painting. So I didn't want to stop painting and mess this paint job up. So I'm trying to, get something and wipe the blemish off and then paint over it. It was in an unseen kind of area at the bottom of a door. And so in the dream, Yah used that to show me, you're doing what I want you to do. You're doing the work. You're doing good. But I see a blemish in what you're doing. And you have to remove the blemish because it's always going to be there. It's just under the paint. You just painting over this little blemish, this one little tiny spot that I don't like. It keeps the whole paint job from being perfect. Okay? That is how Yah speaks to me in dreams. That is how he lets me know how I'm doing personally. Okay? And he speaks to us in different ways. Each person, he speaks to you based on your hobbies, based on what you like, based on what you know about, what you're good at. So pay attention to your dreams, because that's how Yah speaks to you. But also understand that you can be your own worst enemy sometimes. Because the enemy, what he does, he puts doubt in you and he makes you feel a certain way. See, the enemy works by working your emotions and your thoughts. Okay, he puts a thought in your mind and he just continues to repeat the thought over and over again. Okay, like he kept repeating, you need this, you need this, you need this. Okay, over and over again. And because it's pretty much your thought, it's pretty much your voice in your head, you think it's your thought. But when you realize I can't stop this from coming, that's when you realize this is the enemy. The enemy is planting this thought of you need this. You don't have another choice. You need this. But then when you man up and you finally say, now forget that. I'm going to do what the Bible says. See, Yah is silent in those moments. He's not gonna compete with the enemy. He's not gonna compete with Satan and say, no, don't listen to him. It's not like the cartoon where you have the evil person on this side and the good little angel on this side, right? And they're both speaking to you and you're trying to figure out which one to listen to. It's not really like that. The enemy has a voice and he uses it. But Yah will not speak at the same time that Satan is speaking. Yah will sit back and watch you to see if you're going to fail or if you're going to do what his word says. You see, you got to remember in those moments, what does the word say? The word tells me I need to do this. And you have to physically think about it yourself, because he's not always just he's not going to speak to you in those moments. He's going to let you rely on what you've already learned. And I almost blew it because I almost went to that meeting. I almost went. And y'all would have been really upset with me. But I passed the test barely. Barely. Once I realized it was the enemy. So you see, that's another thing. When people talk about, I got to pass my test so I can get a blessing. They don't understand what the test even is. The test is denying yourself. See, it'll feel good if I go to the meeting and get that little pat on my back, from my boss saying, man, you did good. You came to the meeting. I appreciate it. Versus getting Yah's approval that you would do the right thing no matter what. Even if it meant losing your job, you're going to do the right thing. This is something that I can't tell anybody what decision to make. You have to make the decision that's most important to you. I know that Yahweh will give me another job. I understand that He will give me the provisions I need, and He is what I rely on. Because I don't rely on my job, and I rely on Him, and the job is just a conduit which He works to give me what I need. Okay? I have to be faithful to Him no matter what. My job, they forgave me. Not that they wanted to, but they forgave me because they saw that I'm a good worker. They see that I don't complain. They see that whatever task they give me, however early in the morning I got to get up. I got up at 3 o'clock this morning. I got up at 4 o'clock yesterday morning, and I go to bed late. I didn't get home till about 7 o'clock last night. Okay? It's one of those things that I want you guys to understand. Because you're faithful, that will make a way for you. And because you're loyal to Yahweh above all, He puts you in places and keeps you there, even when people don't want you there. Even when someone hates your guts, He will keep you there, okay? Because that's the conduit He's using to bless you, to give you the things that you said you needed. So just a quick little thing, you guys. I hope this helps somebody. I hope you guys understand the reality of living in it in the moment. Sometimes you don't know the right move. Like I said, Yah will not speak to you. The Holy Spirit won't speak to you in those moments because the Godhead is sitting back watching to see what you're going to do. If you're going to wait, if you're going to make a move, not make a move, make the wrong move. So these are things that give us this is how Yahweh knows we're serious about Him. It's when you'll put anything on the line. Think of Abraham with Isaac. He got blessed with Isaac. And Yah says, you can't love Isaac more than you love me. Sacrifice him. That's kind of the thing that this was. It was, I like my job. I need the money. But Yah says, you got to be willing to sacrifice it at any moment. And I did, reluctantly. I didn't want to. I was scared. But I did. So, there we go. Y'all have a great day. See you in the next video.